It's like lately everybody has this desire just to make it. Who the fuck ever made it? You never just make it. Like Aurelius said, straight, not straightened. Every single day, you're going to have to get straight. That's the process I teach. When you go through your process daily, you feel enlightened. You've done what your soul's asking you to do. You've done what God's calling you to be. God is calling you to put forth certain steps and actions to become someone. And that person that you're becoming is an advocate of a message that will change lives down here. It's not very difficult to understand that if you wake up early, 4 a.m. club, you read from top wisdom, the top wisest individuals, the mindset people, the personal development professionals. So 4 a.m. wake up or earlier, reading 10 minutes a day from top individuals who place your mind in a positive fucking place. Training every day to stay in tip-top shape, love your body, and not have to have negative self-talk towards that piece of shit you see in the mirror. Diet for the same reason, but also for mental clarity, because what we eat truly affects how we think. And then dropping the drugs or alcohol. If you don't believe this is powerful, do the opposite. Do more drugs and drink. Sleep in, don't do shit. Don't work out and don't eat good. And don't read shit. And just watch how bad you run a train on your bitch ass. Motherfuckers are so fucking stupid. They'll overcomplicate this shit so crazy because for some reason in the modern world, we think to be an intellectual is to overcomplicate everything. It's got to be extremely complicated how to find inner peace, because I haven't found it. You haven't found it because you're a fucking idiot and you're looking in the wrong places. Why the fuck would anything bring you inner peace other than exactly what your heart's calling you to become and do? I mean, yeah, people want certain things throughout their day, but what do you ultimately want? I ultimately always wanted to be jacked. I ultimately always wanted to be in a relationship with someone I'm attracted to and love. I ultimately always wanted respect from those around me and quality relationships of people I can spend time with. And I have all that. I have all of it. My community is all the top people that I enjoy spending my time with, that aren't these fake fucks who are in it for the wrong reason. We're all in it to feel better because we're ex-dope fiends, we're ex-problem motherfuckers, or we're just people who are honest and aware of the issues that we all have as humans. So we all come together like, hey, I just want to feel better. And when we are feeling better, we're vibing high. We're in that high frequency state. Your frequency is what you frequently see. So in that high frequency state, we see answers. We see possibilities. We see that we're limitless. And so we know what we're doing here. Most of the world doesn't know what they're doing. And then, obviously, I've been loved many times. I've been in relationships that are powerful. And I can either be back in some of the similar ones you've seen, my last one, or a new one. It doesn't matter to me. I don't need that anymore. All these things that I thought were necessities at first, I don't need. And the only thing I truly need is my morning process to keep myself in shape, to stay positive, and to not drink or do drugs. And then the community of people around me is amazing. I don't necessarily need a relationship, but it's one of the things I've been drawn after my whole life. One of the things I knew I wanted my whole life was a beautiful wife. And I'm a one-woman man. I love being that way. And what are you drawn to? Whatever you're drawn to is inseparably connected to your purpose. So if you are like, no, I really want this, then you have to work to be worthy of it. You don't just beg for it. You work so much on yourself that you're worthy of a top person who's equal to you or even better. Fuck. And then the other aspect of this is I just see so many people wanting to chase the money because I show that it's important, but it is important. It shows that I'm at the top of my game. So don't expect to have the money if you're not at the top of your game. You see what I'm saying? You have to create someone who's at the top of their game, and then you get top pay of someone in that game, in that field, in that area. I just never was somebody who wanted people to do worse. Even if I tell people they have shitty character, they have tits, or they're a bitch, I never wanted them to make less money, to not have their relationships work out. I never wished ill on people. And people don't realize nowadays that anything you're casting upon people, you're bringing onto yourself too. I mean, you get what you give. And so I'm always giving people my answers. So I'm like, we got to get you jacked. We got to have you helping people. We have to have you drop the drugs and alcohol. And we got to make you a multimillionaire so money's not an issue and you can actually have clarity. Well, that last part is faulty because money will always be an issue. But that's why you'll have to keep working. And then the work will be the freedom from these desires that are never going to be met. You're never going to meet these standards and these desires because as you elevate, your standards, your desires, and what you want elevates too. And that's fine. That's what keeps you going. I really just want you guys, the main focus of this video was that if you have your morning process and you really put your heart into your personal development process, you won't need anything else. You'll want it and you can have it, but you only really need to take care of yourself at a high level and build that self-worth, that self-love, cultivate that level of self-respect that most people have never had. And life really begins there. I'm telling you right now, that's where life begins. Now, if you've already had that for a while, then the next part of life is teaching others to do that for themselves because you want others' lives to begin. You want to create solid foundational relationships around you. You want self-actualization is that first phase of taking care of yourself, building yourself. Self-transcendence is the next phase where you actually take it to the next level and you start teaching others what you did that changed your entire life. I love you guys. I'm going to be here till the fucking day I die. I don't care if I lose all my money and I'm back on the park bench. I'll do this. I have no ego behind it. I don't care if I end up in a bigger, better place because from the beginning, I wanted to call this channel View Changing because I knew my view would change so much over the next few years that you guys would watch it. The unfortunate thing is that people see the view change, and since they're such a low-level bitch, they say there has to be a problem with how we altered our life instead of exactly what we did, selling programs that change people's lives. I guess people just don't think people can change their life or they don't see the power behind dropping the drugs, picking up the workouts and nutrition, and being positive. This will change your life more than anything. Only fucking idiots spend all their time on everything else. I mean, this is where everything starts, and then you go into everything else. And you'll go into everything else as a much greater version of yourself so you get a much greater outcome. I love you guys. Let's go!